I was lucky enough to catch an early access screening, a sneak preview, if you will, of the new Seth Rogen produced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. And my goodness, does this have a lot of mutants and a lot of mayhem. It's by far it would be the greatest animated feature of the year. And I said the same thing about this, about Nimona, and that is these two animated features, this and Nimona, got very unfortunate that they came out in the same year as Spider-Verse. In any other year, this is a guarantee, like almost a lock pick to be the best animated feature winner, with its gorgeous art style and very well crafted story, in my opinion. So let's get into it. So this Mutant Mayhem is pretty much an origin story for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in this universe. And it talks about how they were raised, how they came to be, and the backstory behind it all. Except this time, instead of there just being 4 turtles as mutants and they fight the Shredder right off the bat, there are more mutants to fight. And honestly, I think that's a much more interesting villain concept. Seeing Bebop, Rocksteady, Leatherhead, all those villains with an A-list cast, by the way, too, which is the most insane part. It's such a great, fun story to see, and it gets you in the feels sometimes. Just not as heavy as others, like Spider-Verse, for example. But story is a solid hand grenade score. Hell, I'm really excited to see this film again, especially since I found out that it's going to be in 3D, so I might be seeing it in theaters again. Who knows? Cinematics, as I mentioned earlier, the animation is gorgeous. The art style that they used, I thought, was really good. I really liked how every character was animated. It gave that feel of, like, uncertainty and how they were going to react. And, like, it was just really well animated. And I really do have to say, as animation fans, we are feasting. The animated medium has never been stronger than it has been this year. You got movies like Spider-Verse, which was a 5-year quest to complete. You got Nimona, which was canceled, but then Netflix brought it back from the dead. And then you have this one, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie with actual teenagers as the Ninja Turtles, which I think is probably one of the best parts. Just cinematically, and the score was great. The soundtrack, there is a moment with the music that I just loved what they did with it, and like I didn't know I needed it, but when I got it, I'm like, yeah, there was no other way to do it. And when you see the film this upcoming week, you'll understand what I'm talking about, but because I don't really want to spoil it, because I just thought it was too good and really fun, unexpected to see. But it is a great cinematic experience. Definitely check out in theaters. Another solid hand grenade score from me. Next, let's talk about the directing, which was really good. I really enjoyed what they did with this film and how it all came together. It was a true worthwhile experience. And so the directors did a great job making sure that the animation looked good and keeping the whole project on point, and working with Seth Rogen to finalize his vision for what he thought the Ninja Turtles should be like. And I just have to say this right now, I think this is my favorite Ninja Turtles piece of media. I haven't seen much, but all the animated shows that I'd seen on the Nickelodeon back in my day just like weren't the best. I haven't checked out really the old 90s cartoons as I should, but I'll probably check them out eventually. But like, this is definitely the best one. There was a Ninja Turtles movie last year that I also loved. Its gorgeous animation, but I thought that the story was a little lacking for me. But I think that's also due to the fact that it's a sequel movie to a long-ass TV show that's been running for a while. But this just pure encapsulation of teenagers. Really good. Now, solid hand grenade score there for directing. Now let's talk about what you always worry about when you see an all-star voice cast. Did they live up to the hype? And I personally think they did. You got the 4 main turtles played by teenagers, which was a very good breath of fresh air. Leonardo, of course, being played by the same voice actor who does the voice of Gumball in The Amazing World of Gumball. He clearly stands out as the main focus of the film, obviously, because Leonardo is the leader. And then you have all of these amazing side characters voiced by insane, like, top-tier personalities, like the main scientist in the film. The main scientist in the film, voiced by Giancarlo Esposito, so you already knew he was a villain. And then you got Ice Cube voicing the main villain, Superfly. You have Seth Rogen and John Cena as Bebop and Rocksteady. And, like, John Cena puts on a voice. He doesn't just talk normally, he puts on a voice. Everyone, Maya Rudolph puts on a voice. Everyone, like, the voice cast does voice acting. Like, these top tier actors are doing voice acting, which is great to see, because something that happens is that 9 times out of 10, when you cast a big named actor like this movie has in all the roles, they don't really voice act. Like, you got Seth Rogen with his recognizable voice, but to be fair, when you have Seth Rogen, you want to hear his voice because he's got that distinguishable voice. And you got Paul Rudd there, who does change his voice up a bit, but you can still easily tell that it's Paul Rudd. But, like, the other ones, you gotta, like, double check. If it wasn't for Giancarlo Esposito's magnificent voice, and, like, I could recognize that with my eyes closed, and, like, probably if I was deaf too, I'd be able to recognize Giancarlo Esposito's voice. Don't ask how. But it's so well voice acted. It's truly quite lovely what they did. And so another hand grenade score there. Now, my expectations and experience, I actually had some pretty high expectations for this film after seeing the trailers and seeing how well animated it was, and seeing, like, some behind the scenes talking about how much fun the cast had. I especially loved this one clip that I do not know where I saw it anymore, but it was like, I think Seth Rogen and the other writer, or Seth Rogen and the director, I don't remember the duo, but they were talking about how, like, when they were filming, they made sure to have all the boys on set when they were filming their lines for the turtles, and they would just start, like, quipping and making jokes and, like, making new references with the current lingo, and then, like, Rogen and the director, or Rogen and the other writer, would, like, stop them and be like, hey, yeah, what does that mean? Like, if it's, like, I like what you're saying, I don't know what it means, tell me what it means, and then we'll add it to the script. And, like, all the terminology, it's like they were really letting the teen voice actors be teen voice actors in the film. And, like, I saw those clips, but you can never really tell how much fun is going on backstage until you've seen the final product. Like, for example, the Barbie movie, I heard that they had a lot of fun filming that, and you can tell on screen that they had a lot of fun filming. Even Oppenheimer, from what I heard, they had a lot of fun filming Oppenheimer, and you can tell that the fun really rubbed off on their performances. Overall, like, these past few weeks have been a kick-ass week for cinema, honestly. A lot of great films. Easy hand grenade score for my expectations and experience. I saw this with a group of buddies, and they all loved it. They all agreed that it's in my top 5 of the year, and I think it was in theirs as well. And so, with that being said, this is a certified hand grenade film. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down below if you're going to check this movie out opening weekend. I strongly suggest you do. It opens on Wednesday, funny enough. So you don't even have to wait too long from after this review is posted. And other than that, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll leave you guys to it.